Hey people, it is Saturday, January the 25th. The time is 3:29 in the afternoon. It's currently about minus 2 degrees Celsius, feeling more like minus 10 with the wind chill. I just got off that bus, you see. That is the 37A bus that I rode from Islington subway station, and it took me all the way here to Highway 27 and Queen's Plate Drive in Rexdale. This is my first visit to the Rexdale part of Toronto since I've been doing the walking videos on this channel. And the reason why I came all the way out here to Rexdale is because there's a shopping mall, quite a well-known shopping mall for some time here, called the Woodbine Centre, that I have never been to, obviously, since I have never really been to Rexdale at all. And this mall is known for the Fantasy Fair, which is an indoor amusement park. Unfortunately, the mall has fallen on hard times, and it's on the verge of being a dead mall. The Fantasy Fair is still operating, as far as I know, but it's been somewhat downsized. Some aspects of it are no longer in operation. I believe there was a large Ferris wheel that is no longer operating. But let's take a look around inside the Woodbine Centre Mall. And as you can see, we are really out there. It took an hour and a half to get here via transit from downtown Toronto. I started at Dundas Station at Yonge and Dundas, took line 1 on the subway to Bloor-Yonge Station, transferred onto line 2 and rode line 2 all the way west to Islington, where I transferred onto the 37A bus. And there's about a 35-minute bus ride on the bus from Islington Station. I'm not even sure where the main entrance of the mall is, so I'll just sort of wander across the parking lot here. I really feel a bit out of my element way out here. So you can see a Hudson's Bay store. I think that's still open as the main anchor of the mall. And that looks like the main entryway right there. That might be where the Fantasy Fair is, actually. And this mall opened in 1985. And up until around the late 90s, or even up until maybe the early 2000s, it was a fairly healthy mall. And quite popular. But I think in the last 15 years or so, it's started to decline to its present condition. I think there were around 130 stores at one time. I'm not sure how many are left now. It still says over 100. But I think a lot of the stores that are in the mall now are not national chains. They're sort of independent stores. And there was about 750,000 square feet of retail space. So it looks like we've entered right where the Fantasy Fair is. Here's a map of the mall. It's 2 levels. See, now there's a shop-a-lot. Hudson's Bay. And this is that Ferris wheel that I don't think is operating any longer. It's a 50-foot Ferris wheel. You can see the animals are still hanging out. That's quite the giant penguin down there. Polar bears, elephants, giraffe, lions, giant penguins. The Misty Pond. Even a giant grasshopper. And the giraffe's tail is still wagging. At least that's still operating. I'm not sure why they shut down the big Ferris wheel. So this will take you up to the Fantasy Fair, but I think I'll take a walk through the lower level of the mall first. Maybe we'll end the tour at the Fantasy Fair. And right off the bat, we do have some vacant stores. I think this mall is probably eventually going to be redeveloped, would be my guess. It's right across from Woodbine racetrack, and there's also a casino. That's a horse racing track. And I found the center court of the mall by the looks of it here. Looks fairly decent. You can tell this was a very beautiful mall when it was in its prime. These are awesome fake trees, I'm assuming here. So I might have to do the thing where I go down one concourse and then turn around and come back the same way again. Actually, I quite like the look of the mall. I think just the fact that it doesn't look like all the other malls that are owned by Cadillac Fairview or Oxford gives it a bit more personality. Those malls all tend to be clones of each other aesthetically. I'm not sure what this originally was before it became all home furnishings. Maybe some people who used to frequent the mall back in the day can let me know what the original anchors were. I imagine some Canadian stores such as Zellers, Kmart, Sears, Eaton's, and that sort of thing might have had a home here at the mall at one time. Just going back the other way. I have to admit, this is a lot nicer than I was expecting it to be. And quite a bit healthier too. I thought it would be more vacant. CineStar Deluxe, is that a movie theater? Yeah, it's a movie theater. I'm not even familiar with this chain. It's a theater chain. I wonder if the admission fees are lower than Cineplex. General admission $16. $12 for a matinee. Looks like a major densification of the land surrounding the mall is proposed here with multiple tall towers. You can see where the racetrack is in relation to the mall. The casino. Let's check out this other concourse over here. I think that will take us towards the Hudson's Bay store. Got some mall music. As far as I know, this is the main indoor shopping mall in the Rexdale area of the city. And Rexdale is part of Etobicoke, by the way. It's the northern part of Etobicoke, north of Highway 401. The Hudson's Bay store, taking up 2 levels. an upscale Canadian department store. I find most bay stores I go into these days seem pretty quiet. And oftentimes I find the escalators aren't working in most of the bay stores. Even the downtown flagship bay at Queen and Yonge has escalators that are not operating most of the time. Doesn't send a good signal to patrons of the store when they can't have basic things operating as they should be. Alright, so now that we're on the second level, I'll head back out and we'll explore the second level of the mall. I guess the store isn't completely dead, but it's certainly not all that busy either for a Saturday afternoon. Oh, this bay store has a small Zellers section. Zellers is a discontinued discount Canadian department store. It was owned by the Hudson's Bay Company, and they decided to bring it back in miniature form inside some of the bay stores. Most of the Zeller stores that closed down in Canada became Targets, and Target entered the Canadian market, but unfortunately Target didn't really work out too well and all the Target stores closed. Alright, let's check out the upper level. Here's the Fantasy Fair. I'll come back to that. I feel like I've already been in this mall mainly because it's been featured in some movies and TV shows. I think most recently an episode of What We Do in the Shadows was filmed inside the mall, including at the Fantasy Fair. The center court. I wonder if that elevator is still operating. I haven't seen it in use or anything yet. And here's the food court. Every good mall has a food court, and this one is quite busy. It actually looks pretty healthy. The whole mall actually looks pretty healthy. I don't think it has dead mall vibes at all, to be honest. I guess I believe the hype. Some people have been talking about this mall online, making it sound like it was a ghost town. Certainly doesn't seem like a ghost town right now. Way out. No shortage of places to eat. There are lots of stores that I don't recognize though. You certainly don't see a lot of these stores in the malls owned by Cadillac, Fairview, or Oxford. Not that that's a bad thing. These things are always fun. Tick clock. And back to this all home furnishings, which also takes up 2 levels. I wonder if this was an Eaton's back in the day. Another defunct Canadian department store. Fantasy Fair. There's another entrance though. I'll take down this way. I think that's one of the main lifebloods of the mall now, is that Fantasy Fair. If it wasn't there, I think this mall would be doing much worse than it currently is. All right, looking back towards the Hudson's Bay. So let's check out the Fantasy Fair. Beautiful carousel. I think this particular type of carousel is a bit rare. I think I read there are only 13 such carousels left operating of this design. You can get some tickets over there. I like these little imitation building facades. This is really neat. A little village. This is actually surprisingly nice in here. Life-size Tyrannosaurus. Looks like Cinnabon is closed though. That's too bad. Fantasy Station, like an arcade in here. Man, if I was a kid, I would be at this mall every day if I lived in Rexdale. I can only imagine what it was like, say, 30 years ago. Like the life-size dinosaurs. The life-size imitation storefronts. Got a little railway here. Make sure we don't get hit by a train. Is the train operating? It sort of reminds me a little bit of the West Edmonton Mall, which also has a amusement area. Oh, here comes the train. How cool is that? This is a bigger than life-size gorilla. Same with the tiger. The train just goes around a loop right over there. That guy has a good job. The engineer. Bumper cars.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
There's that Ferris wheel we saw when we first entered the mall. It's too bad it's not operating. I wonder what the issue is. Just no longer meets safety regulations or something like that.
What did you?
Crossing the tracks again. Some washrooms, lockers, phones. This place is awesome. I think I did just about a full circle here. I wonder if I can get up there without paying a ticket.
Okay, we're gonna go home then. Give me your hand. Okay, grab the camera.
Observation deck. I think I might have to head up there. This is where we entered over here. All right, let's see if I can go up onto the observation deck. I don't see any requirement for buying a ticket or anything. Observing from a whole 2 stories up. This door seems to be open. I don't think I can get up there though. I think that's something you have to pay admission to access, as it's part of that thing over there. Jungle gym or whatever you call that. Hello. Let's see where this way goes. I got lost in the fantasy fair. There's like party rooms up here. Yeah, that's a better view. But yeah, I think that about does it for the tour of Woodbine Center Mall and the Fantasy Fair. My first time here, as I mentioned, first time recording in Rexdale, period, on the channel. After 6 years, I guess it was about time. An hour and a half on transit isn't all that bad, really. I'm glad I did it. The mall is doing a lot better than I was expecting. A lot healthier, a lot busier. And this place is a treasure here, I think, the Fantasy Fair. It'd be a shame if this ever gets shut down. So I hope you enjoyed the tour of the mall. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because, as always, I will continue.